Hi everyone! As I was making my rare tips and tricks video and looked at how much sitting affected your health regeneration, I noticed at how much health my level 21 warrior actually regenerated compared to my level 41 druid, despite the druid having around 120 spirits while the warrior had 40. I started wondering whether there was some kind of class factor which determined how much health you would get back per tick from a certain amount of spirits. To test this out, I started making level 1 characters of each class of each horde race, as both classes and race affects how much spirit you start out with. I started out with orcs. Running up the hill to where the scorpion Sockoth is, I jumped down to the questing hub and just watched the health tick. I did this twice for each class, once while regaining health standing up and once when regaining health sitting down. Early on I noticed two small things. Sitting down did increase your regeneration by 50% for all classes, and if your health tick should heal you for 5.5 or so according to the spirit health tick model, it'll switch back and forth between ticking for 5 and 6. Later on, when we're looking at the numbers, if it says 0.5, it's because it was alternating between two values. The results for level 1 regeneration looks as follows. The first thing you will notice is the very high regeneration warriors and rogues have. The second thing is how little the amount of spirit you have affects your health regeneration compared to how much which class you play will affect it. Class seems to be much more important than the amount of spirit. All classes which can cast spells, meaning warlocks, mages, druids, shamans and priests, benefits very poorly from spirits in terms of health regeneration. They do of course regain mana faster, but how spirit affects your mana regeneration is another video. Just how crazy strong the warrior regeneration becomes with high spirit will become clear later on in this video. As I made plots from my data for the level 1 characters, they didn't really tell me much. I decided to log on to all my characters with a little higher level and step by step remove spirit gear from them and note how the spirit regeneration would change. I started out with my level 41 druid Poopim. I was surprised by just how weak the regeneration was. It was much weaker than the warrior. I'll refer to the health regeneration as health per tick HPT for the rest of the video. The mage was also very weak. Afterwards came the rogue, which had quite a big HPT. The hunter's HPT was stronger than the caster's, but weaker than the warrior and rogues. Eventually, I logged onto the warrior and started testing it out. I was genuinely surprised when testing this class out. The HPT was absolutely crazy. I always figured the troll racial to be not that great. It increases their health regeneration from spirit by 10% and may allow, as it says, 10% of the regeneration to continue during combat. With 75 spirit, my warrior got an HPT of 75 while standing. As sitting increases it by 50% and the HPT is every 2 seconds, she literally had 280 health per 5 seconds. Also, if she were a troll, she would have 8.2 HPT in combat, which would have made a big difference. If a fight lasted for 15 seconds, she would have gotten 60 health from only that. That could definitely save you from dying many times. After a fight, a troll with 75 spirit could just sit down for 10 seconds and have regenerated close to 620 health. At around level 21, that is almost your entire health pool. To put this into perspective, the spirit would give you 62 health per second while sitting down, heavy wool bandage gives you 40 health per second, and food at level 1 gives you 23 health per second, unless you have the recipe for heavy crocolisk stew. In that case, you get 32 health per second. The models to determine your HPT for each classes looks as follows. For all casters, including shamans and druids, it seems to be about 0.1 times your spirit plus 1, 2, meaning that any caster with 100 spirit has a HPT of about 12, which by the way is what a level 1 undead and orc warrior have while sitting. Hunters have 0.45 times your spirit minus 5. Rogues had 0.86 times your spirit minus 13.5, so 40 spirit means 19 HPT while standing. Warriors have 1.3 times your spirit minus 23, so with 40 spirit you'll have 29 HPT standing up. These are the values I got on the servers Silver Hand and Northdale. The values might be different on the beta, and honestly it's not guaranteed that the values on the beta and the actual classic servers will be the same. However, I don't believe that there is much reason to assume they will differ. Most people consider spirit to be a waste of stat anyway and often don't go for the stat, which will increase their damage the most. However, from a leveling perspective, I believe that is generally a bad idea. Anyways, I hope you found this video interesting and maybe reconsidered how useless or valuable spirit actually is. I haven't done many classes in my more efficient leveling series, but this will definitely have an impact on my coming warrior leveling video. If you have any thoughts on how I can improve these videos, please leave them in the comments below. They are appreciated and I try to incorporate them. And as always, thanks for watching.